happy Corona-free day. And I'll tell you this. So I want to send a message out of gratitude. First off, I'm grateful for being healthy. My son's mother got coronavirus. Unfortunately, she's doing okay right now. So I had to take my son and his oldest sister to my home, and we went and got tested yesterday in Oakland, and got our test results back today that we are coronavirus free. So just want to send a message out of gratitude saying I'm super, super grateful about my health and about where I am in life. So you guys, hey, can we take the screen share off really quick before we get started? All right, so you guys, we have tons of things to talk about today, and you guys are going to start to see some differences as we move forward. We're not going to talk about all that today, but definitely want to make sure that everyone is focusing on their health right now. We're going to be around family members. We're going to be around the people that we love. If you haven't got tested, do it just for peace of mind. What we're going to do today is we're going to hear from Kenny first. He's going to talk about some giant changes within our company, and now to think about this company, we went from being a small team from Climb to now truly being a company. So we're doing some great things behind the scenes to enhance your guys' experience, build more layers of support. So without further ado, I want to turn it over to Kenny to talk about the big things that are going on with your leadership team. So without further ado, Kenny, take it away.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been quite a journey this year. We started the year with coming from Climb Real Estate when they shut its door with 12 agents to getting to around the 20 agent point in May and making our way to 80 agents right now. So as we're developing as a company, we're trying to be more structured because, up until more recently, we just kind of winging it in a really big way. To do $50 million in business a month is pretty crazy considering we did $56 million last year. So about 2 months ago, I hired a coach. So right now I'm in Tom Ferry coaching with my coach, John McNamara in Vegas, but also hired Raquel Quinnett that has, supported thousands of agents and opened up like dozens of offices through the KW network. So we're doing a huge restructure in our leadership team. Our leadership team members like Elias, John, Molly, Karina, and Julie are now going to be running new departments. So we're going to show you guys some of that right now in the upcoming slide, John.
Yeah.
So I'll go for it, John. Sorry.
You want me to take it from here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Kenny was saying, and kudos to Kenny for bringing Raquel on, like just with the rocket ship was flying and bringing someone on to help kind of tune the engine that's opened, I think 23 market centers or something with Keller Williams. And we all met with her as a leadership team and met with her one-on-one and talked about, what we enjoyed doing, our strengths and how we saw ourselves growing the team. And she helped us, create these departments and shift around titles and roles, it just so everything's a little more streamlined and responsibilities are clear, and not just for the leadership team, but for the agents as well. Hopefully this helps you understand, who does what. Obviously go to whoever you're used to going to for help, but we have a little bit more direction as a leadership team for, regardless of what comes up, it's we know how to handle it. So Karina, I don't even know how to describe how awesome Karina is and how integral she is in us even getting here from, the original 12 agents to what we are now. Karina is now an executive director and handles broker compliance. So one of the biggest changes is we've shifted some of the back end business stuff off of Karina's plate so she can really focus on supporting agents with the high level tasks. Really, we wanted to just that's really her zone of genius and what she really enjoys doing. And I love how she talks about how, all of the agents on her team are her clients and client satisfaction is really important to her. So we wanted to free her up so she can really invest time into just maximizing the agent's potential for smooth and successful closings and really just maintaining a high standard for our files and transactions. So, we're really trying to shift it so the basic training and coaching is covered in other resources. Karina will obviously still help you with anything transaction related, but the goal is to really have her focused on, deal doctoring, helping with, challenging, tricky situations that come up, helping you, she's been a part of hundreds and hundreds of transactions. So using that insight to kind of help you through deals. Karina, do you want to say anything real quick?
No, you got it.
So hopefully that makes sense to everyone. Really just giving Karina an opportunity to do what she does best and do it with a little bit more freedom and not be bogged down in some of the business stuff. Molly is going to be the director of partnerships. She's responsible primarily for the onboarding, so making sure that the experience for agents coming on is totally smooth and successful before they move on to trading and coaching. Obviously, everybody here has already been onboarded, but it's something that will make the experience for agents that you're attracting and referring to the team even better. We've got onboarding down pretty good now, but we're going to be using some technology and some other platforms to make it even better for agents coming on. And then Molly's also going to oversee all the different partnerships with vendors and things like that, like the vendors that we use for various things, and then oversee events for the team. Once we can start doing more events, it's crazy to think that we haven't been able to get together as a team. I was realizing yesterday, like people I feel like I know I haven't even met in person yet. So once we can start doing events, I promise you that
yeah, talk about that too, John. For a dream I've had, I've heard a couple people do it before, but like having these big boat parties, like we can get an entire ship, go under the bridge and have a blast, and have everything paid for, have bougie food, have like music, all that good stuff, and have all the vendors pay for it. And then because of our clout and the amount of people we can attract and their agents, they're using that kind of like when you go to big conferences, like Asian Real Estate Association or Inman Conference, they ask those vendors for a lot of money because they're actually paying to be in front of you guys. So as we're growing and we have more leverage and not only through our team, but maybe other eXp local partners, that's going to give us more opportunities to do more fun events, which will then attract more agents, which will also increase production. So it's just a win-win for everyone within our circle, and Molly's going to be heading that entire ship.
Awesome. Molly, you want to say anything?
Nope. Looking forward for this new ride, and definitely onboarding. I appreciate everybody that's how do I say this? Have bared with us while we've gone through it. If you've onboarded in August, it's different now, and it'll probably be different come January and February, as we're always evolving and striving to make things and processes a little bit more efficient. And lastly, on partnerships, feel free to DM me. I'm all about supporting the community and even small businesses, whatever that may look like. I don't want to be, I'll just leave it at that. Just DM me. But if you have people in mind or different things that you think that might be beneficial to the team, definitely reach out to me. And then those are options that we can explore. But nope, just happy to be along for the ride.
Awesome. Love it. And like maybe you've been going to Molly for things that don't really fit into this. Like there's obviously going to be a transition period while we figure out, the best way to handle the existing things. So, if you usually go to Molly for something, still go to her and
continue to come to me. Exactly.
Yeah,
like we're
going to be rolling out systems to handle different things and all that. So, don't, because it doesn't sound like it fits into someone's role now, but you've been going through it before, like, don't worry, we know it's going to be a transition.
It's not a cold turkey shut off, like, oh, I can't go to Molly for this or that. Just you still come to me. You guys are good.
This is the structure going forward to really, help us grow, but we're obviously going to transition from the way we've been doing things. So don't hesitate to reach out. That brings us to Julie, our creative director. Julie's going to be, really involved, as she already has been, into shaping the brand identity and designing your marketing and advertising assets. She's going to make all our internal stuff look good. Like these slides, it's like I put them together, but I basically just plug into templates that Julie's using, and makes it easy for me to make good stuff. Everything's going to be consistent, so with the look and feel of the brand. And she's also, like she already has been again, designing and delivering seasonal marketing content and just additional marketing content in general. So obviously, like the cool Christmas and holiday pieces that she designed, we're going to be doing more of that. We're going to get to that a little bit later in the meeting, just talk about more things like that. But that's what Julie's doing, and pretty excited to have her because everything she does looks really cool, and I think really fits with just the vibe that the team's got. Julie, want to say anything?
Yeah, so I'm actually super thankful and like to have this opportunity too, because I was basically like, Kenny, you want to make stuff? And he was like, okay, cool, you can make stuff for our team, and then you will have a role. And I'm like, oh wow. And also like appreciate you guys like liking my stuff. So cool. I'll continue to make stuff that we can all use.
We don't
And-
like it. We love it.
Seriously, thanks, Julie.
Yay.
No, we love it. It's awesome.
Cool.
No, so the only thing.
And you have a cute
Everyone-
cat.
Really,
Huh?
is, well, so.
And you have a cute
so
cat.
the-
It's on the
the
meeting
A1
earlier.
allows for,
Cute cat.
Oh yeah.
yeah, average.
My
cost.
cute cat.
Would you tie these sauces to use the A1?
That's pretty
I
cute.
show them off whenever I can.
All right, so that brings us to this guy. This is probably the only time you'll ever see me use this headshot. My forehead's really shiny in it. I'm gonna be the director of operations. I'm gonna work closely across all the departments. Kind of high level jack of all trades is one way to think of me. I'm just gonna, work with the leadership team to put all the pieces together to get initiatives across the finish line. I'm gonna be, heavily involved in a lot of the back of the house stuff. So the systems that we're gonna put in place, like Zillow Flex, we'll talk about later, work with Molly on onboarding, just different ways we're going to be managing things to make everything as effective and efficient as possible. I'm going to be working across departments just to put the pieces together. So if you're not sure who to talk to about something and it's not clear on these other roles, come to me and I can help you out or point you in the right direction. But I'm super excited and super grateful to Kenny and Elias and Karina and Molly and Julie and the team that was here before me. I'm really, this is a kind of opportunity that I've been looking for in my 7 years of real estate to, jump on board something that, one, that has a lot of momentum and it is clearly going to be very successful, but two, is actually like cool and exciting and I can be myself and use the skills I've developed over the years to help grow something that I'm actually really excited to be a part of. So thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Elias, for connecting us, and I'm excited to be here and looking forward to everything to come. And there's this guy, Elias, the director of sales and coaching, and basically he's going to be, doing even more of what he's doing now. But with all these shifts, the goal is to make it so everything that Elias does is really just focused on agent production. So he's going to be handling the coaching, just championing the success of all the individual agents and the team. Really just driving productivity, hyping the team up. Elias is really going to be the face of the team and the leadership team in the industry. And just, one day when we're at Inman being introduced for our crazy growth, Elias is going to be, taking the lead on that. So yeah, Elias is going to be all about production, growth, and sales and coaching. So Elias.
No, man, thank you. And you guys, I think the theme that I want you guys to listen to is departments. We're all going to now be leading separate departments. So what that could essentially mean for you guys is if you guys feel like you want to grow and there's opportunities for growth within these departments, then there's going to be some really, really great growth opportunities down the road. We're going to be launching squad leaders and having different accountability groups and group coaching. And so there's going to be tons of opportunity for this team to grow. And so I'm really, really excited about us being able to have our own departments and then, operate as one. Our leadership team, we work as one, we're in unison behind the scenes. And before we roll anything out to the team, we're all on the same page. So there's going to be the sense of continuity from us first that's going to then be relayed to you guys. So I'm stoked about where we are. One thing that we're going to be changing up, you guys, is we're going to be changing the flow of our meetings. We're going to enhance it to make it even better for you guys. We're going to start a Slack channel, and every single week we're going to put in our sales update, wins for the week, shout out to other team members, and then lessons. And then what Julie's going to do is she's going to create a cool marketing piece that we could use on social media each week to highlight who got a contract, new listings, shout outs, lessons learned, and we're going to hold that in one channel. That way we're going to update every single week, and then you guys can share that out to the masses. So we're going to have the same flow, same excitement, but we're just going to have some great pieces that you guys can take away from each and every meeting. So very excited about what's on the horizon.
Right on. Yeah, super exciting. And all of this is just for the growth of the team and in turn the growth of individual agents, so we can all just take off together. Kenny is a visionary. I mean, I think it's pretty clear what Kenny does. He's always thinking 10 steps ahead. I mean, the future of the organization is Kenny's primary responsibility. And, you know, throughout everything he does, Kenny's creating opportunities and partnerships for the people around him. But, you know, part of the creating these departments and streamlining the leadership team is to allow Kenny to really just focus on, you know, what's next, and always thinking bigger and better. And it's I always love hearing the things that, you know, that Kenny talks about, because I know that he's dead serious. And so I'm looking forward to partying with all of you on a boat one day, because if Kenny's been dreaming about it, it's probably gonna happen. So that'll be pretty fun. Kenny, you want to add anything?
No, that's it. I mean, goals next year is to hit $500 million. So everything we're doing is to hit $1 billion next year, and also open up 7 more office locations. So we already got 2 in the books and working on 4 additional ones. And that's going to make us the largest team, which will then for you guys to talk to your clients and make it very easy for you to win business, because then the numbers will back you up, whether you're a new agent or a seasoned agent. And that's grow. We're going to have more opportunities, and we're, you know, for everyone. We need more new departments or people working for the departments.
Right on. Cool. And I think that kind of brings us to the next subject of the meeting. Is a great intro, because Zillow Flex and becoming a Flex partner, you know, the first in the East Bay, it's something that Kenny's been working on for a while. It's, you know, part of the strategy of how this team was put together, because the potential for this program is essentially unlimited. So it's just one example of, you know, Kenny as the visionary doing things that are going to really increase the opportunities for individual agents around him, because Flex has the potential to be huge, and I'm confident that it will be. So obviously we've been hearing a lot about Flex. A lot of you were on the Flex call with Connor. Connor's our success partner on Zillow's end. His success, or our success, is Connor's success. So he's really going to be our partner, kind of making sure that, you know, as far as the Zillow number crunchers are concerned, we're performing as a Flex team. Because, you know, Connor mentioned in the meeting, like, Zillow's looking at Flex as Zillow 2.0, and if they can execute it the way they envision, they're going to have, everything's going to be Flex. So Zillow will make more money off of Flex connections, but they also make a ton of money off of advertising right now. So it's a you know, an investment and a risk to shift an area over to Flex, because they're counting on agents in those areas to convert deals, because that's how they're going to be making money, versus the, you know, guaranteed advertising dollars that they had before. So Connor reports to a team of, essentially the way to think about it is like underwriters at Zillow that are crunching the numbers on how the leads are distributed, and, you know, the conversion and all these different metrics, and reporting back on how effective we are as a team, because that underwriting team is responsible for saying, yeah, Flex is working, keep doing it, let's get more Flex partners, let's give these Flex partners more leads, or, you know, potentially just sticking more towards the advertising model, because the Flex isn't generating the revenue they expected. So really, and you heard it on the call, you've heard it from me whenever I had a chance to talk about it, the Flex program is going to be super driven by the metrics that Zillow is paying attention to. And especially in the first 30, 60, 90 days, it's kind of like our ramp up period. So just like Flex is giving us an opportunity to ramp up, the way that we're going to be handling this Flex program internally in the first 30 to 60, 90 days is going to be, you know, we're going to have really solid control of it, so we can make sure that there's plenty of lead flow down the road. So they're starting us with a smaller chunk of lead in the first 30 days. So we're starting tomorrow. And, you know, Connor said in the meeting that one thing he's noticed with a lot of the Flex partners that launch is it's a little bit anticlimactic, because for months we've been hyping up Flex. Everyone's been ready to get on Flex, getting approved to be a Flex agent. And maybe they expect like the floodgates to open with leads. That's not really what it's going to be like. You know, maybe we'll get a handful of Flex connections tomorrow and over the next few days, but really they're just kind of giving us a little trial run to get our feet wet and rev our engines up. So, you know, when we hit month 4, assuming that, you know, all systems are go, that's when the floodgates can potentially really open. That's when they're going to consider expanding us into new zip codes. And that's when, you know, the leads can grow exponentially. So it is going to be a huge influx of leads, just not right away. And so I think it's important that everybody understands that part of it. And then the other part that's crucial is just to understand that how we're handling it as a team in this, ramp up period is purely, everything we're doing is purely to ensure that when we do get to month 4, when they really start turning it on, that our team is just dialed and all the systems are in place and we're good to go.
It's like a relay race. Elias said, we got to hit the gates running really fast, because the faster we can ramp up earlier on, it's going to have exponential growth. So we completely crush it the first month or even the second month, but third month is going to be faster. They're going to give us more opportunities. And then by the 4th month, then we can start activating even more markets. Like a lot of you have picked markets that we're not in yet. Those are the ones that they would even consider us for month 4. But if we just started off at regular speed, we're not going to get that momentum. We'll do well. We're going to get the leads, but we're not going to have that crazy boost. So the faster we can come out the gates, the faster we can get more and more leads. So we're going to be launching with more experienced agents, and we're still not through picking through the additions yet. We're picking a group of people, individuals who have a lot of experience with online leads or have converted high level to kind of be our first leaders, to get us going, and then it'll make everyone's on the team opportunities way more easier sooner.
Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly.
It's going to set the tone for the rest of the race, right? That first leg of the relay race is going to be super important. So, this is going to come out in stages, just like everyone on the Flex team is going to audition, no matter if you're a top producer, if you're, the best on the phones, or whether you're just brand new on the phones, everyone's going to audition, but this is going to come out in phases.
Yeah, and thinking about the auditions, I mean, the auditions are our opportunity to see kind of where you're at, because even the most experienced agents, like you might have converted a ton of leads and done sales, you've never converted a Flex connection the way Zillow wants us to do it. So we're regardless of your sales skills and experience, there needs to be some level of coaching on how Zillow and the team wants these calls handled, because they're going to be paying attention. I can't stress enough how much Zillow is going to be monitoring us, to the point where they're, recording and monitoring the calls to make sure that we're using the scripts that they've deemed, the most successful when it comes to converting leads. So, just to kind of summarize what we've covered so far, we're going to be starting with a smaller team. If you're approved for Flex, that's great, because we want everyone to be ready. If you haven't gone through the Flex approval process through Premier Agent yet, and you haven't put in zip codes, you can still start that process. We're going to be starting with a small group for the first month. When we have a smaller group of leads, I'll be reaching out to people soon. We're going to go through some detail on this, because everybody kind of needs to know the standard operating procedures for Flex. But for the Flex team that's going to be green lit starting tomorrow, we're going to be going through it in even more detail. And then the plan is to add a chunk of agents after the first 30 days to activate some more of the Flex agents. And then after the first 60 days, when they do give us a handful more leads, after the first 60 days, activate another chunk of agents. So then that by the time that we're in that month 4, where they're going to really ramp up the leads and expand out the areas, that everybody that wants to be in Flex has the training and the practice to convert those calls. And the team itself has really been through the process of beta testing our internal systems and getting everything up and running, so we can really do this efficiently and effectively. And then just the fire hose of leads could keep coming, and that just turns into business for everybody. I've been meeting with Kenny and Elias and I have been meeting with Flex partners that are a little bit farther down the road than us. I mean, this whole program hasn't been around for Zillow very long. Even the people that have been on it longest haven't been on it for like 6 months. So it's still a work in progress, and they're constantly tweaking their expectations and how they manage the system. So we want to stay ahead of that. And if we can prove that we can be a really strong Flex partner in the area, that's just going to open up more and more opportunities. So again, we're starting with our really strong runners in the beginning. So when we hand it off to the other agents as we grow the Flex team, they're already ahead of the game. Like in a relay race, like you could have a successful handoff, but if you're already way behind, you're not going to win the race. So I want to cover real quick the script that Zillow is, the basic script that Zillow is expecting us to use. And if you've been through any of the trainings, or my working with buyers trainings, we've already kind of covered this. And it's a very appointment forward script. That's the ALMS script. Before this, one of the most popular was like the LP Mama, where the last part of that whole process was setting the appointment. With online leads in general, I mean, they're coming at you because they will most likely because they've been looking online for a while and they're finally ready to go see a property in person. So you don't really have to work too hard to close that lead on wanting to see a property, because that's why they're calling you. So it's almost like a presumptive close when you get the phone call, and you really lead with setting that appointment. So you get enough information to set the appointment, talk to them a little bit about location, tell them that you're going to be looking at other homes that are similar to what they're calling about. And, if there's anything else in the area that's caught their eye, and then, end that call, tell them you'll follow up and set the appointment with the listing agent. And then when you call back to confirm, like, hey, great news, that property you want to see is available at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Once you have the confirmed appointment and you've converted that connection into an appointment, then you can start, really working on building rapport, learning a little bit more about the client, and getting the information you need to make it a successful conversion from an appointment to a contract once you meet them in person. But really, with the Flex connections, it's all about taking that phone call and, as efficiently as possible, converting it to an appointment, because that's, especially in the first 30 days, we're going to see that there's a bunch of different metrics that Zillow is going to be paying attention to. But in the first 30 days, what they're going to be looking at the most is our appointment conversion rate. And I think it's 70%. It's on a slide here. They want 7 out of 10 of those calls to result in conversions. And really, there's no reason that it shouldn't be at least that high, if not higher, because those people are calling you because they want to most likely see a property. So use that appointment script. Don't get too far into the weeds with the client on anything until you've set the script. You don't need to be talking about peds on the first call. You don't need to be asking them their life story. You can do all of that, but once the appointment's set. And it is a little bit of a shift. The script is really easy, but what's difficult is it is a shift from what you're kind of used to doing on the phones, where, building rapport, learning about the client's motivation, identifying their needs is super important. That stuff's still important. It's just more important down the road, and setting the appointment is the most important thing, especially in the beginning. But in general, with Flex, that appointment rate is going to be one of the heaviest metrics that Zillow is going to be tracking us on. Another big thing is they're going to be sending surveys periodically. The first survey for a Flex connection goes out 24 hours after the connection. And it's going to be important that we deliver a high level of service on that phone call, so we get good results on that survey. So incorporate it somehow into your script to make sure that the connection knows about the survey, and make sure, obviously, you want to ask for a good review, but make sure that you're delivering an experience that warrants and deserves a good review. So we've talked with other teams about what they do, and one script that really successful team uses is, I want to make sure I exceed your expectations, and I hope you share your expectations with your, sorry, this should have been experience, that was a typo. I hope you share your experience with Zillow. Or you can follow up with a text, once you're all set, confirm the appointment, you're all done, send them a text, something like, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at 123 Main Street. Let me know if you have any other questions before then. Also, you'll be getting customer satisfaction survey from Zillow soon. My goal is to exceed your expectations, and I hope I've been doing that so far. So really just harping on the fact that, you want to deliver on their expectations, and you want to know if you're falling short, because you want to make sure that you can get a good result on that survey. I talked about metrics here. Some of the metrics that Zillow is going to be tracking us on, among other things. Appointment rate, like I discussed, is going to be the most important thing in these first 30, 60, 90 days. Answer rate is also going to be really important as a team. So we'll go into detail as people onboard onto the Flex team, but we're going to be actively making sure that you're in a position to be answering phone calls. So even if you're active on the Flex team, you're going to need to confirm every day that, you're going to be in a position to have your Flex connections turned on, because even if we have 15, 20 people on the Flex team out of the gate, you're only working certain zip codes, and they're only ringing 5 phones. So if 3 out of the 5 agents in that zip code are in appointments all day, that leaves us with 2 agents that hopefully are on top of their phone at that moment, so we can get that answer rate. So Zillow's, fairly generous with the answer rate, but there's no reason that, as long as we manage it day to day, that our answer rate shouldn't be, below, 80, 90%. Like I know that people are on it on top of picking up the phones, and with this flex team being a smaller team and with answer rate being pretty crucial in the first 30, 60, 90 days, we're going to be managing day to day. You're literally almost going to be clocking in, the VAs and myself are going to be checking with you in the beginning to make sure that you're active. And if you have back to back appointments all day, or you're taking some personal time and you don't want to be, have your phone in your hand all day and you're not going to be on top of calls, pause Zillow for the day and we'll turn Flex back on the next day. Coming at this from abundance mentality and knowing that, as long as you do everything to keep these metrics high, there's going to be more leads. It's okay if you turn it off when you have a busy day or a personal day, because keeping it on and potentially missing calls and hurting our answer rate will lead to potentially less leads. So also when it comes to that, if you're not in a position to take the call at that moment, and you don't have access to the information, you're not in a position to successfully convert a call to an appointment, don't answer that call and let someone else on the team pick it up. We're really before it was all about Zillow is measuring your personal answer rate. With Flex, it's our answer rate as a team. So don't answer if you're in line at a busy store and it's going to be super loud in the background and you're not going to be able to have a good conversation. Let someone else from the team pick it up and convert it to keep our metrics high. Active buy rate, offer rate, conversion rate, these are all important metrics, but I really wanted to hammer on these first two because that's what Zillow is going to be paying attention to in the first few months. Here's another typo. Obviously I was up late working on these. I don't know why Canva doesn't have spell check. So updating the Premier Agent dashboard on the back end, Zillow is going to be looking at our data constantly and making sure that we're on top of it. They're not getting, it's not like they've already gotten their money for these leads and they don't really care what we do with them. They don't want the Flex partners wasting these leads. So if it looks like in Premier Agent that we're not communicating with leads quickly and efficiently and we're not converting those into appointments, it makes us look bad. So it's going to be crucial that we update the status of those leads as soon as possible. We're going to be monitoring it on the back end. And if we see anything that looks like it hasn't been updated, we're going to reach out and make sure you update it. We're also going to try to have some systems to make it as streamlined as possible. So if you don't have time to go into the Premier Agent app and make an update, the VAs can help you with that. The goal is to just have the data as accurate and up to date, hour by hour as possible, as if Zillow could just drop in at any moment and look through our leads, and it needs to be clean and pristine. We're also going to be working on cleaning up everybody's Chime database. We've been telling you to do that anyway, but we're really going to go in there and run reports, and leads that have been sitting for a while, we're just going to start kicking them back to the pond. So we'll talk about that more another time, but now's the time if you want to go through and sift through some old leads before we get to them. Get in that Chime lead and Chime in your Chime leads and kind of work backwards so you can clean it up, because eventually we're going to cap it at 100 leads assigned to an agent in Chime. So you want to make sure you have 100 solid leads and you're not kick stuff back to the pond for the people that are working the pond if you're just sitting on old leads. For nurture leads in Zillow, Zillow Flex leads obviously are at a premium that we convert those. So we don't want agents bogged down with nurture leads in their system. Obviously, you're gonna stick with, spend the most time working what's hot. We don't want you hanging on to nurture leads. If it's someone you're not actively going to be working with in about 30 days, we're going to have you send that back to an ISA that's going to nurture those leads. And as long as you send back a nurture lead to the ISA, when they're ready when that lead is ready to get back out there and be an active buyer, that ISA will send it back to the agent that sent it to them. On the other hand, if we go in there and we see Flex connection leads that are 60 days old and there's no notes and it looks like they've just gotten stale, then we're going to pull those out to have the ISA nurture. And if we have to pull back a nurture lead because it hasn't been nurtured properly under an agent, then you might not get that back as an agent. So we're really incentivizing you to hand off Flex connection nurture leads to ISA so they can be properly nurtured, because our conversion rate is dependent not just on the active people right off the bat, but converting those nurture leads is going to be crucial to keeping our conversion rate high. So we're going to help you leverage the ISAs to work those nurture leads, and then you'll get them back as active buyers. So obviously there's still some more detail for the people that are gonna be working in Flex right off the bat. You'll hear from me soon. I just kind of want to wrap it up with this quote. We were on a really inspiring call with one of the first Flex partners out here. He's down in like the South Bay area. His name's Brett Jennings. I mean, his team is super dialed, really professionally run. Their systems are down. I mean, they're listening to every call. They pull the plug quick. You know, we have a lot of confidence in our agents, but like they pull the plug quick for a lot of different reasons on people's Flex connections if they're not meeting the standards. And I really like this quote that he said: "The opportunity is huge, but the standards are high. This is where the industry is going, and we want to get ahead of it. We need to focus on being as efficient and effective as possible and create leverage whenever and wherever possible." So hopefully you see the potential, you know, for next year in what Flex could do for your business. Obviously it's huge for the team, but for your business as well. These, you know, someone like Brett Jennings and these other Flex teams we've talked to, they're selling 600, 1,200 homes as a team, and they have agents that are just cranking away on Flex. So obviously this ramp up period is crucial, but our goal is to have everybody that wants to really thriving on Flex. So just, you know, stick with us as we ramp it up. And, you know, it'll be a work in progress, but we're doing all of this to get you more leads in you know, when the time comes. And we really want to be a dominant Flex partner because, again, like the potential is unlimited in the area. We don't want Zillow thinking about maybe adding, you know, another Flex partner in our area because they're not sure if we can deliver. We want them to just, when they have more Flex connections, give it to our team because we've proven ourselves as people that can convert and close those deals and make Zillow more money while we make more money as a team. So if you have any questions about any of this, you know, don't hesitate to reach out to me. We want everybody to really thrive on Flex. Elias is really going to be coaching everybody up, you know, as he is anyway. But people on Flex, he's really going to be coaching you on the scripts and on those phone calls so you can be a successful Flex partner. So if you feel like, you know, you need to work on that, you know, work on it amongst yourselves, like practice that script with fellow agents so you can be really dialed on that 3 to 4 minute phone call that Zillow is going to be listening to. So we can crush it on Flex. I mean, it's a huge opportunity, and you know, I'm really excited. We just need to make. I've been thinking about this a lot, obviously, and I literally last night was like having dreams. Like nightmare sounds dramatic, but I was having dreams that like it was tomorrow and we started, and I was looking at the Zillow dashboard and like phone calls weren't getting answered, and like I could see our rates like dropping. Like it's a huge opportunity, and I know we're gonna crush it, but we gotta handle it as a team.
Absolutely.
Any lies?
And you guys, you know, when we think about this team and how important our culture is and how important our squad is and our village, every action that you take with Zillow Flex is going to affect your brothers and sisters on this team, whether that is a positive action or whether it's a negative action. So if you don't feel like you're in the best position to answer the call, if you don't feel like you're in the best position to give the 100 best consumer experience, then pass on that. Because if our score goes down, that affects your brothers and sisters on this team. That could essentially affect their money and affect our overall goal of being the #1 Zillow premier team in the Bay Area and in the States. So be conscious of these decisions, you guys. Be conscious of the decisions that I make on this team could affect everyone. So let's make sure that no matter what, we're putting our best foot forward. And like John said, we're going to be having sessions on this. We'll have call sessions, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll be coaching, we'll be training, we'll be rehearsing. So we will definitely, you know, earn our keep and make sure that we keep this position. So that's it for me. Kenny, anything from you?
No, good.
Thanks for getting us Flex, Kenny.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you. You guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to pass it over to Julie, and Julie's going to talk to us about some really cool marketing updates because she is a genius behind the scenes. So without further ado, Julie, take it away. Let's talk about our marketing campaigns and some cool pieces that we're going to be able to share on social and mailers.
Cool. Thanks. So I already posted in the marketing channel our Christmas digital assets that we can use for Instagram, mailers, and experimenting on like getting physical postcards of the assets. So I think for New Year's, if they turn out well, we could also like order together if anyone needed like postcards to send to their clients. But feel free to grab any asset that you see in and then we created a new channel in Slack called Marketing Assets, where I'll just be posting all the stuff there because I think everyone kind of don't know where to go to look for these things. And we're going to come out with like a better streamlined system to have to host all the assets so everyone know where to get it. But yeah, these are the Christmas ones. I made one that's like kind of mean, like a meme culture one. But if anyone wants just like something normal, there's like a house with a soul fast sign too. So those are for everyone to use. And I'm working on the MailChimp template. So then if you want to send it out via digital MailChimp to mass email, that link will be up soon too.
Nice.
Then once we have the MailChimp templates and stuff, our virtual assistants, Gene and Ria, you just got to work with them directly. If they have your login, then you can go in and pop it into your account and kind of like semi-automate the process. So every time we have something new, it's sent on your behalf. And then this is way further ahead, but we could work on getting Corfac credits where we can. I gotta see if they can let us pre-send stuff. Like can I right now today send something out for April? If I could. We're trying to see if we can create an entire year marketing campaign that gets sent out on your behalf. I don't know any platforms that does it. I think it requires a lot of manual labor, but this is again something that virtual assistants can do because it's a lot of work to go into everyone's, get into your database and send to your accounts.
Yeah, and on this note, I mean, this is a good intro to like with Julie in her role on the team. She's going to be creating a lot more marketing pieces like this. I mean, she already has been, and she's made a lot of really cool stuff for the team. She's gonna be doing that in just a more like organized and official capacity now. So obviously seasonal stuff like this, you can expect to have things like this that you can use and customize and use it as is or incorporate into things that you're doing. So we just have a little bit more of a like standard, not standard, but consistent look and feel as a team when it comes to seasonal things. And then she's also going to be just creating a growing library of marketing pieces for different things. So the goal is to have, a library of content, whether it's for postcards or different pieces that you can pull from. So she'll be creating that and we'll be adding it to the marketing channel in Slack. So if you have like marketing comments or questions or ideas, whatever, put that in the marketing channel. The marketing pieces channel, we're going to pretty much just keep it to where that's where Julie uploads the stuff. So you can just go there when you need to pull from it. So try to keep that clean and mostly just use it to download from. And this kind of brings me to something I just want to bring up with Julie's obviously got a pretty big workload with her role as a creative director. She's been super generous and super awesome with her time creating pieces for the team. But I just want to make it really clear, like from here on out, like definitely bring Julie suggestions. Like if you see a cool marketing piece or you want something that you see, but Team Fast style, Julie can certainly help with that, but she's going to be focused on creating things for the whole team. So if you see an idea of something you want, still bring it to Julie because it might be something the whole team can benefit from. And if you have done some of the legwork and kind of can get Julie started, that's great. But just know that everything Julie creates is going to be team wide. We're working on kind of finding some resources to refer you to, like if you want specific stuff created for your business. That's just not, Julie just doesn't have the bandwidth to handle that anymore. But definitely go to her with suggestions and ideas because it'll be good for the team. But she won't be able to create individual pieces for you. And she's super nice and super awesome. And I know if you ask her, she probably will. So I'm just trying to put that out there and really just she's making stuff the whole team can benefit from. And we'll work on resources that can help you with your individual needs for sure. But the goal is to have plenty of marketing pieces through the team to where you have a great library of content to pull from.
And her spreadsheets are awesome.
And her spreadsheets are awesome. And with that, I have to bail early today. I am going to in 7 years, my very first mediation session. I'm all good. My clients still love me. We're there. They're suing the sellers who apparently have dementia now, conveniently. But I have to go hop in a room with some mediators. But thanks everybody for your time. If you have questions about mediation, hopefully no one ever has to do it, but I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks to Kenny and the leadership team. I'm excited about all this. If you have questions about Flex, reach out to me. We'll be reaching out to continue with auditions, but we'll be reaching out to the first round of Flex people. And if you have questions about your status or anything flex, just holler at me and we'll work it out. But it's going to be awesome for everybody. That's the last slide. So I'm going to stop the screen share and I will catch you all later. Forgive me for bailing early.
All right, good stuff,
Hey,
John.
John.
And hey, you guys, I mean, when you think about this, like I said early on, we started out as a small team. There was, the Redwood Original, and we came over from Climb, and look where we are now. And we've built this company and this organization and foundation for you guys and levels of support. We're going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to find leaders within the team. So I'm super stoked about where we are, and we are just getting started. A couple things that I want you guys to dial into every single week. Obviously, we're going to be rolling out new coaching and new accountability and role-playing sessions. But we're also going to be featuring an agent every single week for Fast Live. This is every Friday at 11 o'clock. We're going to go live on IG. I might call on you and say, hey, I just want to talk about your journey, your story, your recent accomplishments, whatever the case is. So I think this is a great way to continue to build our culture and build our excitement. Before we get into the wins of the week, I wanted to turn it over really quick to the glue that binds, go over to Karina to talk about some things that she wanted to address today.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to go over like something that was kind of a reoccurring theme this week, which is referrals. So if you have a referral either going out or coming in, you need to track it, make sure that you're on top of that part, but mostly make sure your TC knows at the time that you like get the person into contract or whatever, because you'll need the referral agreement and a W-9. And then just to make sure when you get your commission demand toward the end that referral already like shows up on the demand. Otherwise they're not getting paid and it's a pain to try and track down after the fact. That was kind of like the name of the game there. And then just to make sure that I'm in the loop on things, you guys are doing great with that. That's about it for today.
Awesome. And if you guys are newer to the team within the last 30 days, we're going to be doing a meet and greet. I'll reach out to you guys individually. This is just going to be able to meet, where your resources are, who your team is, and just have an initial call with us. So I'll be sending that invite out. So before we get into the wins, let's introduce some of our guests that are on the call today. I want to go over, let's see, is Kevin here? Let's see. I think that he might have hopped off. It is all good. Let's see if I have any other guests on the line here today. Brian Circle, okay. Awesome. All right, well, everyone's here. So let's go into our wins for the week. I want to turn it over to Herson. He's going to go first. Herson got into contract yesterday. So let's give it up for Herson. And Herson, tell us a little bit about, how this worked out for you, how you got into contract. So Herson, take it away for our first win for the week.
All right, yeah. So, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. So I got into contract with a client on the house that he really wanted. It was a little difficult at first. I kind of reached out for help on Slack. That the listing agent kept on postponing the offer review date, and then finally yesterday we got our offer in contract. So that was awesome. We shot out 2 different offers because it felt like it was like super. I think the property was attractive to other maybe potential buyers. So we wrote our offer and went higher, and then we got it accepted.
Boom. Well, congratulations, my man. I know you've been working really hard behind the scenes, and it all came full circle for you, my man. So congratulations. Hats off to you, because I know it was a hard-fought win. Let's see if Angela, go ahead. Did you have something else? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was agreeing. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Angela. She's not on today, but she submitted her first non-contingent offer and was able to get into contract. So when you see Angela, if you saw her post, she sent a great message out to Karina. Happy for her. She's learned so much in the last couple of months of how to present offers, how to write the offers, and so she won. So when you see her, let's give her a huge congratulations. I'm gonna head over to the king of real estate. The king of the real estate got into contract again this last week. So Mr. King, you want to talk about that experience?
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm at the office today because I'm in the doghouse with my lady, so trying to avoid her this morning because I got a big day. So I'm at the office. pretty big week for me, actually. I got my listing on Wana ratified. And we almost got what my seller wanted. She wanted 965, which I thought was on the higher end, but we were able to get it in contract for 955, only 10 grand short. Of course, this client is still not that happy, but fuck it, we did our job. And received another offer on my duplex in West Oakland, trying to ratify that today, hopefully. And then my biggest window is I'm writing my biggest offer today. I'm writing a offer for over $3 million today that's due at 2 o'clock. And yeah, I'm feeling really, really pumped and fortunate. I've been working with these buyers for over 6 months now. There were a Zillow call that I met at the Cathedral building about 6 months ago. And at that point, they had already been working with another agent, and I kept following up with them. And eventually they were like, fuck, man, we like the way you're being proactive. We worked with a couple of agents. He's a lawyer. They're like, we know hella agents, but we're going to work with you because we can tell that you got your PhD. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're poor, hungry, and determined. And we like that because we used to be that way. So, so that was a huge win. And then, we started off writing on that house on 24th that had 28 offers that we came in at like 550 over asking, still lost. Out of 28 offers, we were third place. And then, that really lit the fire under their ass, and they're like, fuck it, we really want like this $3 million house. We're going to go all out. So hopefully we get it. There's been a lot of interest on the house, so I'm not feeling super optimistic, but either way, this is a huge milestone in my career. So I'm feeling pretty pumped. And then I got another cash buyer that we're probably going to write an offer today too in Maxwell Park. And that was a Redfin lead. So if you guys have done deals, get on that Redfin shit, because fucking they're pretty good. So yeah, so that's my week. I'm feeling pretty fucking juiced.
Bro, the fact that you got him to write that amount for an offer, man, that's a huge win. And I was like, well, what does having a player hating degree have to do with it? But I get more angry and determined. I love that. And you know what I mean? I think that a lot of people struggle in this business. And I want to go off of Peter's message yesterday he put on IG. I think a lot of people struggle in this business is, who do I need to be, or what should I be saying? Like, at the end of the day, just be exactly who the heck you are. And if people like you, good. If they don't like you, cool. Weed those people.
But fast.
What's that?
But fast.
But fast, right? Be you, but fast. So Eric, great stuff, my man. I love it. So fingers crossed.
One thing I want to share with you guys too. When I first met this client, I was super fucking intimidated. So much intimidated to the point where I had to call Kenny to come do the showing with me. But something that I've come to learn is, just be yourself, and people either love it or they don't. I mean, I was on the phone with the client yesterday, and he started following him on Instagram. So I was like, fuck, now I gotta I don't want to do anything too outrageous. But I said, fuck it, I'm gonna put all that silly shit that I've been doing. And his wife saw my Instagram shit, and she was like, fuck, I liked Eric, but now I love this fool. Like, he's fucking silly and like himself and genuine. She went through my wall. She saw my post with my family and stuff. She's like, I really like this guy because he loves his family. They have kids, they're like teenagers, so they're like pulling apart from them. And so she appreciates that I'm like super about my family. So yeah, really good feeling. I'm feeling stoked.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. And that fact that he's getting Redfin leads, he earned that, right? You have to have a certain level of production in order for them to give you those leads, and look what it's turning into. In regards to Redfin leads,
Julie closed 2 this week too. Julie closed 2 Redfin leads this week.
That's right. I mean, so I was
big ones.
Segueing into Redfin. I wanted to go over to Jen. She just got into contract for a second time with a Redfin lead for $1.5 million. So closing out the year strong. So Jen, you want to talk about that experience?
Well, you told the experience already. So, this lead came in a couple of months ago.
Great.
Huh? What?
In great. He's hyping you up, and you gonna shoot him down like that? You
right? Jeez Louise, gonna hype you up. Your partners on and off the field. Take it away, Jen.
So this lead came in a few months ago when we were doing our agent video, and that was like the fastest sale I've ever done. So I got the call. What was it, like 7:30 while we were eating pizza? They wanted to look at a home the next morning, and we wrote a contract with the next day by noon, got in a contract, closed them in 10 days. And then a month later, they told me they wanted to buy a lot for their daughter in the same area. So for a couple of months, we were just researching that lot, following up on that lot listing. And last week he texted me and said, hey, when you come back from your holiday break, call me. And we found out there was a coming soon listing next to the lot that we were looking at, that we've been stalking for the last few months. And, did my homework, called the agent, was proactive, and got the number they wanted. And we're in contract now. So we should be closing next on the 28th. So yeah, so don't turn down the Redfin leads. Yeah, I mean, the initial referral fee sucks, but the point is to just get more business and to earn those referrals, because that's what I'm doing with this client. They're super happy with me, obviously, and he's like a CEO of this electric company. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work that and get those referrals. Yeah.
And if I may, second year in the business, $20 million in production. So, I mean, incredible, incredible, incredible. So great job. And I know there's 15 days left in the year. I'm pretty sure she's not done. So congratulations, Jen. Let's go over to Julie. Julie, tell us about your experience and your wins recently with Redfin.
Oh, so yesterday I toured a Redfin client who works in Airbnb, and then you know how they just IPO'd. So all of them was looking for houses. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That IPO money, love to, have your business and all your and all your coworkers. And I think she was super receptive. And then she actually is need a lot of help in terms, because her like loan to income ratio is like messed up. So like I was like showing her how she can like fix that, and like giving her all the suggestions on how you can get like grant money from different programs, and the Wells Fargo like neighborhood live that's coming up. So then she was like super grateful, and like promised like, oh, I'm gonna like tell all my friends about you, and da, da, da. I'm like, oh yay, Redfin. Referral business. So like I think that whole the referral fee paid up front is super worth it, because like if you're able to help the client, they can give you like more business in the future. So Redfin.
Love it. I love it. And this is earned, right? It's like you have to hit a certain level of production. Julie, what's the number that you have to hit in order for you to be able to receive Redfin leads?
I don't know.
I think it's 9 transactions in the last 12 months or something like that.
Last 12
It's
months.
only 5. I think it's 5.
Oh, okay, I think it's 5.
Oh, okay.
I've heard both 9 and 5, but regardless, you had to earn it to get there. And look at you guys. So we think back of like Dewey and Jen and Julie and Eric, all started grinding in the lead pond, right? They would grind in the lead pond, they would convert, they would push each other. And now they've essentially graduated out of the lead pond, and now they've done enough production where they've opened up new opportunities for themselves and their business. And so really great job, you guys. I love seeing the growth, and I love seeing these opportunities that are ahead of you. And congratulations on Julie on being officially being a part of our leadership team. I mean, it's crazy. If a company had like imagery, it would be exactly what she creates for us. So thank you for everything that you're doing and what you will do for the company moving forward. Let's go over to Christina. She's taken over that East Contra Costa market, got in contract again up in Antioch. So Christina, what's going on? Tell us about it.
Hey guys, I actually have a Redfin story as well. I have, I think, 4 escrows right now. So I'm kind of like, oh my God, but I absolutely love it. But my story on Redfin is 2 weeks ago, I got a call. They wanted, like at 9 o'clock at night, I accepted the call. They wanted to see a condo right away. So we seen it the very next day. We wrote on it that same, next day. And then there was, I think there was 15 offers, and we beat because we went over so high. They were heavy cash dominant. So we're closing that in 2 weeks. And we actually even switched the lender to close it faster. So I'm happy with my Redfin, and I have, I think, like 10 leads in there right now that I'm still nurturing, working. Yes, I did tell you guys, I said I want 4 more by the end of the year. So right now I have 2 that just kind of fell out of the sky. One, I got a listing and then we sold it off market like the very next day. So that was pretty cool. And then my client we sold their house in Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago. They went into contract. They got called for their land at David Don Homes. So a lot of the builders I'm finding, KB Homes and David Don, and then there's another one out in Oakley. They're starting to release some land. So I think if you don't know now, if you guys have people interested in new construction, it's super important to get them. If they're going to have to wait for their home, but they need to get on those lists, because if they're not on the list, then they're waiting. They're going to be waiting much longer. So it's really beneficial to get out there, walk the model homes and get them on the list. And it makes a huge difference. So yes, and yesterday, Steffi and I are in a deal together. That was an amazing, and please let her talk about that. I'll let her share. But we are probably going to get the green light in the next 2 hours because we were allowed to counter on it. So that worked out great. So I'll let her talk about that though. So I'm very happy. I love the team. And the women on the team, I have to say, the women on the team bring some fire. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about just like the encouragement that we have underneath the scale of this particular these settings and these meetings, like we're all behind the scenes, whether it's man or woman, but like the women, they bring it. Okay. So keep
Let's
it
give
going.
it up to the power
I feel
women on this
excluded
team.
from this.
What's
and,
that?
Eric, I said, I feel excluded from this. Christina. So Eric, hey, keep that same energy, bruh.
So at Climb,
everybody has it, but I'm just saying, as a working mother, and I know there's a lot of working dads too. I'm not discrediting that, but I'm just saying recently, I've personally been receiving a ton of just my team members, a lot of them women, that are just like behind the scenes, just rooting us on, not discrediting the men. I mean, the men are awesome. I mean, I give big props, but I'm just,
Christina,
giving the little woman power.
We get it. No,
okay.
So Karina, I think we have something that in the works here. In the final couple of months of Climb, we did leading women in real estate, the Climb, like top climbers that were females in the company. And I think that would be great to do some type of panel discussion moving forward, and then do one with just our guys, Dewey. So I got your back, bro. So no, but love the stuff, and I love the sense of community. Let's go over, Steffi can't talk, she's on the phone right now, but let's go over to Kate. Kate just got in contract, Walnut Creek. So Kate, you want to talk about your success?
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I finally got my Oak Road condo in contract in Walnut Creek. So I'm super excited about that. And then I thought that I was going to be done for the year, but like Christina said, things just kind of fell out of the sky, and I have 3 new buyers that are actively looking. So I'm really excited.
That's right. It seems like when it rains, it pours, right? In just the last 24 hours, we've gotten requests from 4 different clients that want to see houses all ranging in the million plus. And so, yeah, people aren't done, right? And there's people that are thinking, oh, should we wait until the end of the year? No, this is a great time to look, because the new wave is coming. New year, new me, new house. Let's get out there now. So we're going to see tons of more buyer activity. So really good stuff. Hi, Ayana. She looks cute with her bow on. Hi, baby. Super cute. So I want to go over to Harrison. Harrison is writing an offer. Harrison, I'm not too sure if you've heard back, but I know that you've been going back and forth. You've been on calls with me and with Karina. You want to tell us a little bit about that process and where you are at?
Yeah, so right now, I just submitted an offer for $350. It's at 911 36th Avenue in Oakland. And it's definitely an interesting house. It's old, but I mean, it's what he wants. And so we put in an offer, and we're just waiting to hear back now.
Nice. Now, Harrison, is this your first offer that you've submitted with us, or is this your second?
This is my second. I had one more a couple weeks ago that didn't get accepted.
Okay, man.
But same client, and hopefully we can get him a house.
Nice, man. And you are super, super close. And Harrison, shows up to everything. He was one of our first Zillow auditions. I know, Bubba's exactly. And he did a really
Kill the
really good
auditions.
job.
I'm expecting a call from that.
He's super excited for you, Harrison. So thank you, Silas.
Okay, well, I
for all
appreciate
of
that.
All right, so Dewey, let's give us. Dewey's chomping at the bit, man. He wants to tell about his week too, Christina. So Dewey, tell us what's going on.
You know, just like Kate, I was like, man, I think I'm done for the year. Like, I'm just gonna close up these 2 listings and be like, whoop-de-doo. And then, you know, this past weekend, I was like, I wasn't expecting it, but I got 3 referrals. One from Kenny's brother, one from Courtney Cohan, because, you know, we're still the homies. And the last one came from past clients that me and Delina just closed. So right back into it. So hopefully I'm gonna be like Kate and get one more in before this year ends. But
That's right,
you know,
that's right, my man.
basically it.
And how's everything going over at Watling? You want to give us an update on how the Fast House is coming along?
Watling, it should be, they're saying that it should be done this Friday. They put up some tall fences, so we have, you know, a good amount of privacy in the front yard. We're doing our final walkthrough either Tuesday or Wednesday. And so they're going to do the walkthrough in the morning and then try to get everybody funded and whatnot by like evening and recorded. So hopefully right before Christmas, but you know, we'll see. I'm not, see how many delays they've had. I wouldn't thought they're going to delay, but we'll see. I'm praying that we do, but I'm not really tripping if we don't either. So almost there, home stretch. And then we got the 85-inch TV that, you know, Kenny just got us.
That's our only furniture at the house. We bought an 85-inch TV.
So coming along. You're on mute, Elias. I don't know what you just said. You're on mute still.
We are a very tech-forward company. Sorry, I had to put it on mute because Silas is going crazy. But you know, it makes sense that that's the only furniture that we have there. So, Dewey, congrats on an amazing year. Obviously, we'll recap at the beginning of the year. But I mean,
thank you.
Another superstar who will do 25 deals this year and is the second year in the business. So, you know, anything is possible, you guys. Anything is possible.
It's crazy seeing you guys like working right now because like Christina and Dewey and Kate, you guys getting contract right now. That means you're closing deals in January. So there's no stop. As soon as January picks up, most people are trying to pick up their businesses like late February, March, but there's no lack of or loss of momentum right now at the pace we're going.
That's right. And we always say, you guys, start your year out on the freeway, right? You're already moving instead of starting your year out at the stop sign and trying to gain momentum, right? Start out on the freeway, do all the work now. Don't stop hitting the, hitting the phones and prospecting. So really good stuff, Dewey. Appreciate you. Let's go over to Walter. Walter was featured on our very first edition of Fast Live last week. Did a really, really good job. Got some agent attraction from it. He's also going to be, he coordinated a financial planner to come speak to the team this week for our general training. So Walter, kind of tell us about that experience, what's been going on with you and what we have to look forward to this Friday.
What's up, team? Really quick, I'll talk about the financial advisor thing first. So years ago, I, just managing money, want to do better because I was looking to transition out the military. So I hooked up with a financial advisor in Seattle. She's really cool. Her name is Jessie Nino. So I talked to Jessie this morning. Looks like we're on for January 8th at 3:00. It's a Friday, and I'll send this out to everybody. So I just want to give you a heads up. So she helps out with mutual funds, stocks, college funds, college accounts, all that other good stuff. She's been really good to me and my family and definitely helped us build our wealth. So I'll send out more information on that. So back to real estate, shout out to Steffi. We are like on the 10-yard line of closing a condo in San Ramon, new construction for about $881. Like I said, a deal with Steffi. She kind of ran the ball and she threw it to me like Montana and Rice. So I think I'm gonna score a touchdown on that one. In contract in Pittsburgh, working that escrow, got the Avid tomorrow. And then another one in San Ramon, about $1 million. They're getting pre-approved right now. Showed the couple. Then mama comes yesterday, showed her San Ramon. She fell in love. He was working on the pre-qual like right after I got on the phone. So looks like I'll have 2 in San Ramon, hopefully. And another buyer, nurse in Walnut Creek, working Homes for Heroes. So busy as shit already. So I'm gone.
I love it. I love it. And You had someone reaching out to you from your video from IG last week.
Oh yeah, my bad. So let me see. My college classmate's niece reached out to me. She's looking to get into real estate in Texas. She's like, loved your video. Just getting my books. How do I get started? I was like, I got you, your fam, you know, probably one of my best friends, her niece. So maybe a downline in the Dallas area. I hooked her up, Kenny, with Kiki.
Yeah.
So out
Wire
of
team.
Yep. So out of the Wire team, Women in Real Estate. So she liked the site. They actually have an agent in Dallas, so they're going to link. So things are good. Goal is 12 houses in 2021.
Walter, everyone wants to know, man. I'm gonna stay on this for a minute.
That's
Like,
too low. I mean, you might get 3 or 4 in contract this month. That's closing in January. So then you have 8 for the rest of the 11 months.
Bad. Level up, motherfucker. My bad.
Yeah, don't set that bar.
Walter playing it like spades. He's gonna call it low and then surprise you at the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna help 10 families for the year. Nah, bro.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Walter, for the inquiring minds want to know, for the people on the team that, you know, are wanting to get to your level of just engagement with clients, what's been working for you? If you can kind of narrow it down, what are a few things that have been working with you to get in front of so many people?
All right, so like I'll take a step back, Elias. Like the coaching we did about planning your schedule, like I am meticulous about that damn schedule. Like I put my family shit on there, my wife's work schedule, Christmas shopping, everything on the schedule. Once I clicked the switch on the schedule and started managing my time better, it's like clockwork. Mama's happy because I fold the clothes in the morning and I take my daughter where she needs to go so I can focus on the real estate. And then when she's off, or when she's working, I got to do family shit that day. So you got to get the schedule down, like to a T, almost to like commuting to Walnut Creek right now. Going to do these 5 or 6 things, you know, swim practice, Christmas shopping. So it really like set me off the next level about 10 days ago when I was
one time blocking class and boom, 3 escrows.
Yep. Crazy. I'm telling y'all, you got to block your time out, especially if you're balancing a lot of stuff. So that was kind of the key. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it.
I love it, man. I love it. And listen, I know, you know, that's a challenge for a lot of people. And I was having a conversation with Juanita earlier. She's like, I come from such a structured environment, but it's hard for me. So she writes everything down in like a planner. I'm like, you need to put that on your calendar. You need to equate for everything. You need to build your structure out. She's like, okay. And if you talk to Juanita, everyone encourage her. She is going to be creating one of her first videos ever on IG today. And so if you guys talk to her, if you see her, Laura, give her words of encouragement because she was a little nervous and trepidatious about turning this around. But she is going to get out and do it today. She's going to tag Kenny and I. So looking forward to seeing her video. Let's go over to Joaquin. Joaquin, I think you've been creating some really great stuff. And I know we spoke about this yesterday on our group coaching call about building content. I want you guys to have this as the message. So build content that is non-conversion based, that is more educational based. Whatever you're doing, whatever your journey, whether that's helping agents get into real estate, whether it's understanding new developments, whether it's understanding different loan programs, come from a position of not converting, but from a position of education. I think, Joaquin, you've been doing a really good job about that. So kind of bring us up to speed on things that you've been doing.
Yeah, so let's see here. Today's got cleared to extend an escrow that I have right now to the 23rd, which is great because that means a family's going to move in right before Christmas. So I'm really excited about that. I was able to get 3 referrals, 2 in New York and 1 in Reading from some of the videos that I've been doing on Instagram. So that's great too. We're looking at 2 of them are serious. The other guy's going to wait for his tax returns around April, May to get serious about it. But hey, I already connected them with agents out that way. And yeah, yesterday I went ahead and I showed an investment property, and you're right, I just kind of took the time to just, you know, talk a little bit about that. And so that's working out. And I currently have 1 buyer who I took to Delaney Park in Oakley this past weekend. He enjoyed it. So now he's going to bring his fiance in 2 weeks from now. But this upcoming weekend, I'm going to go back with a different buyer. So Christina's right on point regarding new builds, you know, how important they are, and really get to know the community. So at this point, I'm already knowing everybody by name. So when they see me, it's, you know, it's a good thing. So yeah, that's what's going on over here. And kind of like what Walt said, man, these classes are really helpful. So very encouraging, and yeah, keep on trucking, man. Looking forward to it.
Good, man. And, I told Juanita to connect with you as well. Like, because she speaks Spanish, Spanish is her first language, to be able to, build some material, build some content that you guys can put out to the masses. And I like how you're doing it. If you follow Joaquin, he'll do a video in English, he'll do one in Spanish, and he'll blast that out. So I think you're onto something really, really special here, man. So keep doing what you're doing. Let's be really, let's put out content with intention to really educate the community from both the consumer side and from an agent attraction side. So really good stuff, Joaquin. Let's go over to Kevin. Kevin's one of our newer team members. He's representing us out in the San Ramon area. I think that you had an opportunity to see our potential new office too in Bishop Ranch. So kind of bring us up to speed and tell us a little bit about yourself for the people that don't know who you are.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the intro. Met with Kenny and John yesterday at Bishop Ranch here in San Ramon. Just an incredible WeWork space, ton of potential and opportunity, overlooking this lake this man-made lake that Pac Bell built back in the day, and you can actually like borrow boats post-COVID and kind of just row around the lake. And there's walking paths and bocce courts and volleyball. Like it'd be a cool place to have some parties and stuff going forward. As far as on the business side, just kind of finishing up the onboarding, got all my systems dialed in, did a coming soon announcement yesterday. Gonna bring out my video crew maybe later today, my son and daughter, to help me film some videos on a playground. That's kind of gonna be my shtick, is just kind of go all in on, I'm a dad. I live in suburban America, and there's all the amazing qualities of San Ramon, and see how that begins to resonate with an audience out there.
Man, I love it. I love it. Kevin and I had a one-on-one this week, just kind of talk about his business plan, and he's super, super tech savvy. And I was like, I want you to incorporate some of that heart and some of that feeling and some of your family. And I think that's a really good idea. I mean, you live in suburbia, having your kids do an interview, documenting that whole journey of being a dad and living in a great community. I think you're onto something really special. So looking forward to seeing what you build. Let's go over to Donna. Donna, I know that you have been a busy, busy gal. So Donna, bring us up to speed on what's going on in your world.
Hey, unexpected here. Good morning, everybody. I got my client in contract last night. Oh, super excited. Yes. So that's going to be non-contingent. Everything is going to be closing for sure in January. So it was kind of hard, in regards to right now, because of the offers are so competitive. I was really surprised. I was telling the team here yesterday that we submitted a preemptive offer, and she looped back and she says, you know what, we're just going to wait till 5 o'clock. And then, oh, it's a cutie pie. Hi. So, and then all of a sudden the offer that they accepted was literally the same as the one that we did preemptively, but the price was raised up higher. But now that the seller has to pay for the transfer tax, it's exactly the same. So we were kind of like wondering, like sometimes agents, they just looking for that big price point. So at the end of the day, talk with your clients, do the nets and sit down with them, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is exactly the same offer that we presented to them, right? But so you just let them know. But I'm super excited. This is my third deal right now with Team Fast, and I've just been here like a couple months. So it's been super exciting. You guys are amazing. I can't wait to ride this rocket ship with you guys. Go team.
Yeah.
Go, Donna. Hey, how's your listing doing?
Congratulations, Donna. And hey, we love your humble spirit. We love your approach. Exactly, Silas. Yeah. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, Silas is super happy for you. Who's that? Say hi, Jen. All right. So really great stuff, Donna.
Yeah, we got a private, chat going to do all this cupcaking shit.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that. Who's that? Yeah, look at his hair. He's ready, man. He's ready for the day. Let's go over to Mr. Hustle. Omar, how are you, my man? Tell us about what's going on in your world.
Things are good, man. Things are good. Just really feeling the vibe and the energy of the team and carrying this into 2021, man. Last week's business planning was fire. I'm still working on that. Still pretty new. So as far as like the numbers of what I need, I'm still trying to develop that. I'm just looking at some of the Tom Ferry stuff as examples. But yeah, man, things are good. Should be recording today on my second deal. So finally be done with that. But yeah, man, I'm just excited, dude. Just super excited about what's going on with the team. Good stuff.
And Omar, I'll tell you what, man, your name keeps on coming up from seasoned agents that are thinking about scaling and growing and possibly doing, partnerships moving forward in 2021. Your name keeps on coming up, man. So we appreciate you, appreciate everything you're doing. It's going to be a big year. And so, yeah, I'm glad that you're diving into that business plan and stuff, man, because let's make sure that our goals are set, our plan is set, and let's turn that calendar with some momentum. So, we got your back, Omar. Keep doing what you're doing, and we appreciate you.
I need like 2 seconds just to reinforce that, Omar. Like, you stuck through it. This FISBO buyer with Corona, getting the lender to pay attention and get the shit done. Like, you have really come through for that buyer and the seller, even though he wasn't your client. So great job, really great job.
For sure, I appreciate that, Karina. And man, I couldn't have done it without you or the team. So thank you all so much. And yeah, we're gonna kill it next year.
That's right, Omar. Let's go over to screen name circle users. I think that's Jack Stegner, who has now becoming an influencer on social media and blowing up with TikTok videos. So Jack, do you got a quick minute to talk about some things that you have planned for the year? I know that you're planning out your social media content. So yeah, take it away, Jack.
Oh, for sure. Thank you, Elias. So I made some sweatshirts this weekend, honestly, and I got hit up like 20, 25 DMs for having them booked. And I'm like booked up till like April or May or something. So there's a bunch of people that want to wear them and stuff. So I'm super excited about that, but obviously I need the funds for that. But I'm actually really excited. I sent an offer in yesterday around like 1:30, and like I asked the realtor, I was like, hey, like, so what do we need to get this going? And he was like, you probably need like 740 and all this stuff. I'm like, fuck, it came in at 7:30, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But he actually just sent me a counter like 10 minutes ago. And so I'm gonna talk to my buyers and see if they can get up and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I'm just trying to get things moving and yeah, just trying to set up for 2021 really.
You know what, Jack, I'm gonna give you some credit where credit's due, man. Like I feel like since you've started on this team, obviously you had some experience, but I feel like you've just become like you've gotten stronger at like negotiating and like closing on the phones and ask for an appointment. Like you've definitely gotten a little bit more aggressive, man. And it's great to see. And man, like the fact that you're planning out your social media content and the things that you guys are going to be putting together and releasing out to the public, I just think it's really, really cool, man. So Jack, we appreciate your excitement, your enthusiasm. Looking forward to seeing your audition as well.
I'm training for that for 2 or 3 hours. So I'm just letting you know, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm getting ready.
That's right. And look at that. So 2 to 3 hours of behind the scenes when the audition literally takes just a couple minutes, but that's what it takes. So good job. I love it.
Thank you so much, Lyle.
Okay, wait. And can we say that the video with Kate and him flipping their compass, that was awesome. Like that needs to be replayed like monthly. I told Melody we need to find some Jay Rockcliffe stuff and do our flip. And everybody just catch on.
I told them the best part of that video was him in the background.
That should just be part of the onboarding checklist. Break
Yes. Love it. Where's our KW people? Let's flip those t-shirts out.
Hey, Molly, there's a Savs drop.
Right? I was telling Jack yesterday, Kate, I was like, you guys should do like a series, like a funny, like we're in the newsroom, live and direct from Jack Stegner. Let's go over to our news anchor, Kate, like have you guys like have a segment, right? Or we're going to switch over to Walter, and Walter's out in the rain with his umbrella reporting about the what's going on in San Ramon. I think you guys are on to something really cool. So Jack, love what you guys are doing. Appreciate you. Keep hustling. Looking forward to watching your interview this week. Let's go over to Peter. Peter is another person who's just really came out of the gate strong. Loved your video, loved your content. Exactly. And the message you put out last week. So Peter, take it away.
Shout out, Peter.
All right, we'll come back to Peter. We're going to go over to Will. All right, well, maybe Will,
I'm here.
There he is.
Hey, so I didn't get our offer accepted yesterday. We wrote 1,050,000, and we came in at 8th place, 13 offer, and we put 75K over asking in Novato, and we still lost. But I actually put a reserve on Walling Lane last night too. So I lost one, I win one. So
Nice. What number?
I think it's a 12. Yeah, it's a lot 12. Yeah.
I heard the neighbors get super hyphy, so just let your clients know that it's going
Watch
to
out for 47.
You know what? I think I'm bringing another buyer to Walling Land this Saturday, and she's gonna buy it too. So I'm gonna be there a lot.
Well, hey man, so you know, since you've stepped on the scene with us, you've been super busy, super productive, seen tons of homes. Like how are you keeping all this momentum, man? What are some things you're doing to stay organized?
You know what? I worked really hard, like 10, 12 hours a day, and sometimes it's just, you know, that's all it takes.
That's right, my man. That's right. That hard work, that perseverance behind the scenes. So really, really great job. You guys, I want to keep us on schedule. It's 12 o'clock. We had a lot of things that we had to cover early on, so I'm not going to be able to go around the room today. But what I want you guys to know is that there's going to be huge growth opportunities for you within this company. If you strive to be, in the marketing department and help Julie out, if you want to be a leader with me and help me lead future, agents on this team and our current agent population, whatever it is, you guys, we want to build from within. There's so many of you with so many different talents. Like, I'm going to be leaning on you guys. I'm going to be using as a resource. And I love where we're going now that we have a directional focus from the leadership standpoint. It's going to help you guys get more productive and have more support. So Kenny, any party words before we head out?
I mean, no, just keep up with the momentum. Like it feels like I don't know what to say. We're not doing something crazy new every week because we're just growing at this pace. I guess the big news this week is like San Ramon. We're probably unlocking the office in February. That place is gorgeous. Like I love how our offices all have a different feel to it. Jacqueline has a water. Walnut Creek is super like bougie and modern and sophisticated. And then this WeWork place is super playful. It's just like really good energy. So we're looking to expand over there. And outside of that, like I love just seeing everyone creating brand new content. We're like every week, I feel like we're brainstorming together and just sharing ideas, and then someone will do something crazy or different. And they're like, "Wow, that's a great idea. Okay, we should do that too." Like it's just growing. So we've created a lot of monsters, really, really fast monsters online.
Next week's our white elephant party on the 22nd.
Oh yeah, that's really important. White elephant on Tuesday. Drop off whatever gifts you have to either the Walnut Creek office or the Oakland office, or just DM me or DM Dewey. We'll get that and we'll figure out what that looks like.
And then
I had
our party's at 4, right, Kenny?
Huh?
Our party's at 4.
Our white elephant thing is next Tuesday at 4.
So we'll still have our office meeting as normal, and then we'll have that.
Yeah, and the thing, half the guests will be at Walnut Creek. In that office, and half of them will be over here. But if anyone wants to also, if anyone else also wants to host opening it, like we love to have that too. It'll just make it more interesting. If you guys are interested, we just give you a ton of gifts. Oh, and we have a ton of your gifts over here. I don't know if you can see it, but a bunch of laptops and iPads. iPads are here. Just gotta get it to you guys. I have not ordered most of the regular ones yet because those are all 1 points. We're waiting for a lot of those escrows to close. So I haven't reached out to you yet, like Lauren. I know Juanita, a couple of people, probably like 6 people here. I still need to order iPads. They're in stock and they literally will come within the week. So I wasn't urgent to get those. But like Eric, Mauricio, Roxanne, and Carmen, your MacBooks are here. Just you got to DM me. I can't leave my chair. My calendar tells me I can't leave my chair, so I don't know how to get to you guys yet. But just hit me.
Hey, did Jen cash in
can
her,
I swing by?
10-point bonus yet?
Yeah,
I can swing by.
Hey, I'll bring it to you. I'll come to my office real quick.
Hey, Jen, did you cash in your 10-point bonus yet?
Huh?
You cash in your 10-point bonus?
No. What are we getting?
It was passed over to me.
Hey, Jen's closing like $5 million on 3 deals in like the last month.
See, I deserve my purse. I mean, MacBook holder, right?
I guess that's been put over to me.
Cool. All right, thank you, everyone.
All right, bye, guys.
Hey, where does mine get put, Elias? On your YouTube?
Thank you.
Where does mine get put? On you as well?
It's a hoodie. Yes. Love you.